Connects with another one of those random heavy Tatsus. Lindsay just not quite blocking every hit of that. Ooh, here we go. Good throw into the corner here. Elbueno getting some mileage at that standing medium kick, but he's not following it up with a target combo on hit. Very difficult thing to actually do. I can't hit confirm that. Alright, there's another one on the board for Lindsay. Alright, is Elbueno going to switch up? Or does he want to get more of this Ken experience in his... Wow, Elbueno is sticking with Ken. He really wants to learn this Ken. Which is interesting because against Excel, he immediately went to Karin. Pulling the old character select shimmy. Oh my goodness, Lindsay working on a very quick stun here. Oh, okay. Huge damage after that stun out of LindsayLucky. Very easily gets that kill. What's up, Cheser? There's the heavy punch bolt charge anti-air. This is a good practice experience for LindsayLucky. Using Elbueno's Ken as a training dummy to practice those anti-airs. Blocks that crouching fierce on wake up and then blocks the Shoryurupa. This is going to be a good crush counter follow-up. Oh, I feel like that must have been a drop. Jump Tatsu, the Season 1 tech coming out of Elbueno. Tries to go for a meaty throw, but he's too early there. Another blocked Shoryuken and another crush counter punish for LindsayLucky. Running away with an easy 3-0. I'm seriously wondering if Elbueno is actually just going to take Ken all the way down this 10-0. After a certain point, you have to pull out another character. Especially when this is like your 5th. Alright, here we go. Back to the lobby. It looks like Elbueno's finally going to bust out another character. I don't want to say that it's going to be Karin just yet. I feel like Elbueno could very easily pull another character out of his hat. If he's nuts, he'll bust out his like 5-minute Laura and try to win the Laura mirror versus somebody who's been maining Laura, which is not smart. Let me turn myself down. It looks like I'm a little loud. There we go. Oh, there's the Karin, finally. Alright, Elbueno sacrifices those first 3 games to get some matchup experience for his Ken. And I guess he thinks that he can just pull away with the rest of these, the rest of this set with his Karin. Oh, right off the bat, gets on Orochi, doesn't continue pressure afterwards after. Oh, here we go, good hit confirm out of Elbueno. Okay, lots of dashing back and forth. Elbueno fearing the command dashes. I mean the command grabs. Lindsay has got Elbueno in the corner, but it all takes is one EX dash into command grab. I mean into forward throw to get himself out. LindsayLucky sitting on almost 0 health, and there it is. One Orochi's all it's going to take. And for those who don't know that, Orochi does pass clean through fireballs, even though the dash doesn't. Alright, Elbueno trying to figure something out here. Ooh. Good neutral jump confirmation out of Elbueno. And then good blocks out of LindsayLucky as well. Oh, good punish on that overhead. That's not something you see nearly enough. Oh, good damage option out of LindsayLucky. Gets the confirmation and goes into that medium punch bolt charge. Ooh, okay. Elbueno gets the crush counter sweep. Oh, he goes for the neutral jump shimmy. Fortunately, he doesn't quite get the punish there. No punish on that Tenko. You need to punish that whenever you get the chance. Karens don't open themselves up very often. But when they do, gotta be ready with that punish. And there we go, put one on the board for Elbueno. Alright. Let's see if LindsayLucky can adjust to Elbueno's Karin. Elbueno threw him for a loop with that Ken. Here we go, LindsayLucky applying a little bit of pressure here. Oh, she's got to stop pressing buttons during those command grabs, though. Whenever Karin presses crouching medium punch, you want to keep an eye out for that frame trap that's coming afterwards. Ooh, good corner combo out of Elbueno. Pretty much optimal stuff there. EX Tenko into EX Rasenha. Elbueno has been improving with every single one of these Grudge matches. Gotta give him a lot of credit. He's playing very solid right now. Oh no, the command grab was during block stun. But it doesn't matter. The heavy punch bolt charge is all that Lindsay needed to close that round out. That's one thing I want to see a lot of out of LindsayLucky. Do not let Elbueno take to the skies at all. And if he does, use that heavy punch bolt charge to bring him right back down to earth. Good command grab opportunity there, and Elbueno knows it. He neutral jumps that and gets the punish very easily. Now LindsayLucky needs to make the adjustment and go for that same mix-up and try to bait that neutral jump and punish it with the heavy punch charge. That is sort of the back and forth that you have to employ with Laura once your mix-ups get a little bit too predictable. Oh, EX Rasenha is going to let Elbueno maintain this corner pressure. Lindsay consistently pressing buttons at that frame trap, and it's working for Elbueno. Luckily, Elbueno's not, well, luckily for Lindsay, rather, Elbueno's not taking advantage of those counter hits. He could be following up that frame trap with a crouching medium kick into Tenko, and very easily getting a lot more damage out of those frame traps. Ooh, goes for the EX Tenko, drops the input. I've done that a lot. And another opportunity. Bam, there it is. Oh, he's trying to go for the Orochi, looks like, but he got the double EX Tenko instead by accident. Ooh, okay. Good mix-ups there out of LindsayLucky, but unfortunately doesn't get the counter hit there on that standing light kick. Oh, again, Orochi's through that thunderclap. So many dash-up grabs! After a certain point, you just have to start pressing standing light punch into light punch bolt charge to interrupt those dashes, or you can just put out a standing heavy kick or a standing heavy punch to crush counter them. But Elbueno takes yet another win. I love it. Just the heavy kick dash into grab, into tech grab, into heavy kick dash over and over again on repeat. At least we know that LindsayLucky's got her throw techs down pack. Oh, again, trying to go for those counter hit confirms, but it's not working. I feel like a very easy way to capitalize off that situation is to just go crouching light kick, crouching light punch, bolt charge. That way you can confirm it, and you can also get the low. Ooh, again, Elbueno connecting with that Orochi from so far away. Punishing the whiff command grab with a grab of his own. Oh, there we go. That is a good combo to follow up that situation with. We've seen Elbueno's not been blocking that mix-up for a long time, and now LindsayLucky's finally got in the groove of confirming afterwards. And we're going to see yet another. Yep, there it is. Good confirmation attempt out of LindsayLucky. Unfortunately, she was just a little bit too late and let Elbueno take the sky and hit airborne. Lindsay whiffing a lot of buttons, which is a dangerous thing to do versus a Karin who knows how to counter poke. Oh, but Elbueno's just going to jump in anyways. Misses the opportunity to extend that combo. Elbueno just sits back into the corner. What is that? Anti-air critical art. I feel like that was definitely supposed to be a heavy punch bolt charge. And instead it just came out as critical art with too much buffering. Ooh, okay. Elbueno gets a counter hit, but doesn't follow up with the appropriate combo. Ooh, okay. Good command grab out of LindsayLucky. Blocks the Rasenha, but doesn't go for the crush counter punish. That's tragic. Oh, very good V-reversal bait, however. LindsayLucky is going to redeem herself and put another one on the board. So far, Elbueno's been playing really solidly, and so has LindsayLucky. There's just been a little bit of hesitation during those mix-ups, especially after the light punch bolt charge, where I feel like Lindsay could be capitalizing for way more damage. Ooh, okay. Good combo into V-skill. Elbueno trying to build that V-gauge, I guess. Whiff punishes that standing medium kick with a sweep. Oh, here we go. Now we've got the mix-ups, followed by the dash-up command grab. Oh, excellent counter hit confirm out of Elbueno. Uses that double medium punch frame trap. Very strong stuff. Misses the EX Tenko. That would have closed the round. Oh no, is Lindsay going to make a comeback because of that mistake? Good sweep. It works. Now Lindsay just has to not panic. Oh, missed the punish opportunity on that Tenko. But here is the V-trigger activation. Now Elbueno just mashes jab, even though he was minus, and it somehow doesn't get him blown up. Oh, and then the EX dash directly into the thunderclap. Yep, that one drop combo was all the difference for Elbueno right there. Okay, Elbueno connects with the Rasenha and then goes for the grab option anyways. Oh, okay, looks like Elbueno starting to pick up on that crouching medium kick follow-up after that counter hit. Oh, he just does the Tenko and then goes directly into critical art. Unfortunately, he could have gotten the stun if he had not critical arted just there, but it kills anyways. So not a bad look for Elbueno. Unfortunately, he is at now a full meter disadvantage. So let's see if Lindsay can take advantage of that. Ooh, gets the standing heavy punch, but doesn't confirm it properly into the Tenko. It's actually a very easy confirm to make if you practice it a little bit in the lab. Standing heavy punch, dash, and then either Tenko or Orochi, depending on hit or block. Excellent anti-air heavy punch bolt charge, puts Elbueno in the corner. Oh, but unfortunately, LindsayLucky overextends herself just a little bit and lets Elbueno out with a jump. There's the V-reversal out of Elbueno. Works his way out of that corner. Rasenha's over the thunderclap. Lindsay does not take the bait on that grab follow-up. Elbueno loves doing that. Alright, good counter throw to that Rasenha. Not a clean punish, because that is only -4. However, it does work. Ooh, armors the Orochi, manages to get the knockdown. Oh, Lindsay needs to not overextend, be a little bit patient. Elbueno's got to come to you because he's the one at the health disadvantage. Yeah, you just got to sit there and let your white life recover, and there it comes back. Very smart stuff out of LindsayLucky. Oh no, a jab would have interrupted that so perfectly. Oh, and then the EX dash into throw. Elbueno puts yet another one on the board. Yeah, it looks like Lindsay is not quite familiar with how to deal with that Rasenha. It is -4, and all of the options have at least a 4-frame gap. So if you try to punish it with a crouching light kick, crouching light punch confirm, it will always work, and even if you're a little bit late, you should not run into any trouble trying to do that. High fives to Zara for the follow. Ooh, excellent counter hit with that crouching heavy punch. No follow-up, however. I feel like whenever you press heavy buttons, or whenever you press long-range buttons with Laura, you should always buffer that light bolt charge behind it just in case. Ooh, excellent crush counter overhead out of Lindsay, knocking Elbueno out of the sky twice. Ooh, LindsayLucky getting a little bit antsy with those buttons on wake up, getting crush countered. This is not going to be enough to kill, but that jump in was. I'm noticing that Lindsay is a little bit too impatient when it comes to mashing buttons. On wake up and during frame traps, you just gotta patiently accept and block. Oh, good crush counter by LindsayLucky, and this is gonna be a good mix-up. Oh, okay. I like the pressure coming out of LindsayLucky. However, you don't want to overextend yourself. That jump in was a little bit too much. Ooh, no. That standing light punch into standing medium punch. Pretty sure that is counter hit only. You're not going to get a counter hit after jumping normal. Alright, Lindsay sitting at... Oh. Again, Elbueno needs to learn to confirm that Rasenhan going to the slide on hit. Going for that grab every single time is not going to get you any damage. Elbueno sitting on full meter. Only needs a little bit of it. Oh, no, but there goes a round to LindsayLucky.
Final round. Fight.
Good overhead out of Elbueno. Catches LindsayLucky off guard. Elbueno still sitting on full critical art. I'd advise that he use that on extending his combos by 1 bar. Or 2 if he's in the corner. Bujin Kyaku, there's the EX Tenko. And then you want to go in for the meaty. Elbueno dashes too many times. Oh, here we go. Another good confirmation. We're going to see another EX Tenko. There it is. And then dash. Oh, goes for the Orochi too. Trying to build that stun. Chases down with the Rasenha, but then it gets blocked. Lindsay gets a crush counter, but too far to actually do anything with it. Ooh, Lindsay needs to calm it down. You've got half of Elbueno's health bar to make up for. Ooh. Trades with that thunderclap. And Elbueno's going to put yet another one on the board, tying it up 4-4.
Round 1. Fight.
Alright, now that it's tied, Lindsay has to learn this matchup. And if there's one thing really that Lindsay's been not catching on to, it's A, the frame traps. Lindsay's got to stop pressing buttons when they're after blocking that crouching medium punch, and that's really the only thing. And then number 2 is that Rasenha. You've got to learn to deal with that appropriately. Crouching light kick, crouching light punch, volt charge. The perfect punish. Ooh, goes for the Rekkas. Doesn't have critical art to follow it up with. Ooh, LindsayLucky gets the confirmation, but doesn't go into the bolt charge. Oh, this is going to be enough to confirm into critical art, and that's most assuredly going to kill. The question is, was it worth the meter? If it kills, I think it's always worth the meter. However, it's important to note that even without V-skill, even without V-trigger, just a 1-bar combo also would have gotten the kill there. Oh, air-to-air medium kick out of LindsayLucky. Ooh, okay. EX Rasenha. Very effective against grapplers. And I don't think that Elbueno's been over-depending on it, so it's been very hard to figure out when to bait them, especially with a character like Laura. When you have so many opportunities, so many frame traps, and so many mix-ups, it's hard to keep track of when you've trained your opponent to actually do it, especially if they don't overextend. Ooh, excellent EX dash right through that thunderclap, and then doesn't overextend with a Tenko or an Orochi, instead just goes into the throw. I love it. Oh, here we go. This is going to be good damage out of Lindsay, and then that follow-up into the command grab is going to be enough to take the round. Alright, Lindsay's sitting at a meter advantage here. However, Elbueno does have 1 bar, and that's all you need as Karin to be scary. Ooh, good Orochi calls out that thunderclap. Elbueno has been so great in the past at Orochiing through projectiles, and it's amazing to see. LindsayLucky sitting on full critical art now. Ooh, connects with the jumping medium kick, but instead of comboing, just goes to the command grab and then goes for it again. All it takes is 1 more touch here, and there it goes. LindsayLucky puts another one on the board, maintaining her lead at 5-4.
Laura wins.
Whew. It looks like after Elbueno switched from Ken to Karin, Lindsay had a little bit of trouble adapting, but it looks like now these guys are pretty much evenly matched.
Round 1. Fight.
What this is going to come down to from this point forward is A, whether or not Lindsay can adapt to those full screen Rasenhas, and B, whether Elbueno guesses right on a lot of these command grab mix-ups. Okay, Lindsay patiently blocks that frame trap that time around. Oh. What? Elbueno goes for the cross under the reset when he just could have gotten the stun by extending the combo or even by finishing it. Elbueno definitely does not look at his opponent's stun. And it's small things like that, like knowing when you can get the stun, that can make all the difference in a match sometimes. Another good confirmation by Elbueno. Gets so much mileage out of those straight crouching medium punches. Oh, good counter hit Orochi. Another one! I feel like when you get a counter hit Orochi, it's better instead of just like pressing something like standing medium kick to continue to try and apply pressure and go for more hit confirms. All Elbueno needs is one more touch here. Oh, but it looks like LindsayLucky might not give him that opportunity. This is going to be a mix-up. Oh, the Rasenha, of course. Lindsay was feeling herself a little bit too much. And Elbueno said, hang on, let's calm it down. Limit 54 Scrub, this is a grudge match between two of our members, Elbueno1, who just loves these grudge matches, and LindsayLucky, who called him out. Because Elbueno1 has won the last two grudge matches, LindsayLucky wanted to take the throne as the grudge match queen.
Round one. Fight.
Alright, Elbueno dashes right into that thunderclap. And then Rasenha's over that one. Oh, the blocked hit confirm into dash, into do it again, into don't confirm into the combo. Ooh, another full screen Rasenha. I feel like it's possible to react to those Rasenhas with a heavy punch bolt charge, but honestly, you're better off just punishing them. Oh, yet another straight crouching medium kick into a confirmation out of Elbueno. Ooh, okay, yep, that version of Rasenha out of the Rekkas is now safe. That is only -2. So no punish for LindsayLucky there. However, Lindsay does still manage to get some momentum going and knock that hot dog directly onto Elbueno's head. Now let's see if we can get the reverse hot dog victory. That means the reverse perfect, and you don't block a single hit or eat a throw or perform a throw. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Come on, Elbueno. Nope, there we go. Elbueno blocks a hit and gets the hot dog knocked off of his head. Admiral Catch pointing out that Lindsay has not used a single armored move. I've seen one armored elbow to go through an Orochi, but in this matchup in general, I don't feel like armor is that effective. Unless your opponent is going for extended block strings, which Elbueno is not, there's no projectiles to speak of that you can armor through. Ooh, big damage out of that super confirmation out of Elbueno. LindsayLucky still has full critical art and V-trigger, can make this comeback. Ooh, wrong button. Jumping into cross-up range without a cross-up button. That's a deadly mistake to make. Whoa, stray medium punch bolt charge with the follow-up. Oh, but Elbueno's just gonna whiff the Rekkas into a sweep and catch Lindsay off guard. Oh my goodness, this is so even. 5-5, final round on the 11th game. Ooh, good confirmation out of Lindsay. Standing medium into medium bolt charge. Yes, Penguin, another Elbueno clutch match. This man has all the grudges in the world on his shoulders. Ooh, Lindsay could have actually gotten a confirmation out of that straight jumping medium kick. However, it doesn't press any buttons afterwards. Ooh. See, now, Elbueno has that habit of V-reversaling jump-ins, and I feel like that's especially scary against grapplers because of the fact that you could very easily bait that V-reversal and then go directly into a command grab. Okay, just neutral jumps at this time. Good V-trigger activation. Goes into the tick command grab, and all Lindsay needs is one more touch. Full screen Rasenha. Into the sweep this time around. Elbueno is learning. Oh, it just narrowly doesn't block that jumping medium kick. I actually think that hit in front, because I did not see the cross-up indicator. That was dirty. But there's another one on the board for LindsayLucky. Oh man, this is quite even. 6-5 so far. I'm really enjoying this match. Do keep in mind that Elbueno, I think he lost the first 3 games using his Ken. And so that was a little bit of a disadvantage. So, I mean, you can look at it as Elbueno sort of having won more games with his Karin, with his matchup, rather. But I feel like right now it's perfectly even, and both these guys have each other figured out to the point where all it takes is correct guesses to make the difference. Some neutral back and forth coming out of these players. No anti-airs out of Elbueno. Something that he still needs to work on a little bit, but it's not exactly easy as Karin. Ooh, could have actually punished. That was a medium bolt charge. Difficult for Elbueno to know that probably, but when you're playing against Laura, you always want to recognize those situations. Take a look at her elbow when she's connecting. If her elbow is at waist level, it's a light, and if her elbow is at head level, it is a medium, and you can punish. Alright, Lindsay takes that round. Ooh, another Rasenha over that bolt charge. And that's actually a very good answer. High fives to Jack Plays for the follow. Ooh, the medium kick Mujinkaku in your face. Interruptible and punishable. Choose one. I feel like Lindsay needs to stop depending so much on the full screen bolt charges. At the very least, use it when you're outside of the optimal range for heavy Rasenha. Because Elbueno's going to do that every time. Ooh. Elbueno gets it confirmed, doesn't go into Tenko, however. Gets the reset with that Rekka overhead, however, does not confirm out of it. That overhead is, what, +4? So you can always get a standing light kick Tenko. Oh, and there's the command grab to bring LindsayLucky to a 2-game lead. That's the first time the lead has been that long in a long time. Lindsay brings it up 7-5. Looks like Lindsay is falling for that Rasenha less and less frequently. The last few times we've seen Rasenha connect has been a punish for a fireball. Ooh, more full screen bolt charges. Or thunderclaps, rather. Ooh, no good answer out of Lindsay. Heavy punch bolt charge would have been perfect, but instead went for the medium punch. Whoa, okay, interesting neutral jump after the jump in. Not quite sure what Lindsay was looking for there. But I feel like Lindsay has not been doing jump-ins into command grab often enough. And I feel like that's one thing that would blow up Elbueno pretty consistently. Especially considering there's been V-reversing a lot of jump-ins. Oh, and one overhead is all it's going to take. Elbueno using that overhead surprisingly well, actually. Knowing the range on it, like the back of his hands. Jack Plays, we doing Waifu Wars? Something like that. We're doing a grudge match between these two players, Elbueno1 and LindsayLucky. Basically just a first to 10. Lindsay slowly walking Elbueno into that corner. Not ready for the anti-air, however, once he decides to try to jump out. Lindsay needs to be a little bit more patient with that corner pressure. There we go. There's the jump attempt. And yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. Just heavy punch, bolt charge him right back into that corner. Oh, tried it again. A little bit too late, though. Whew. Elbueno not pressing his luck after that that elbow. That elbow is plus on block, so you want to press your advantage as much as you can when you get it. Ooh. Gets the Rasenha, but again, it doesn't confirm afterwards. Oh no, Elbueno misses his opportunity to extend that combo in the corner. Possibly could have actually killed. Just then off of a 2-bar combo, but it doesn't matter. Elbueno still seals it out, bringing it up 7-6.
Karin wins.
Honestly, so Elbueno has won the past 2 grudge matches in a row, and Lindsay felt like she could prove to Elbueno that she could win by exploiting his bad habits, is all. And so far we've seen some immaculate anti-airs. What we have not seen enough of is punishes on that Rasenha. Somebody needs to start punishing that. Ooh, again, Elbueno's so good at calling out those projectiles, just having the reads on LindsayLucky with those, and Orochiing through them more often than not, actually. When I tell Karin players that Orochi's an excellent tool for going through projectiles, a lot of them just sort of shake their heads and go, what? But we're seeing it right here. Orochi anti-projectile tool. Ooh, okay, EX for Senha. Again, Elbueno not overutilizing them, but just busting them out when he knows that they'll work. So far, he's had really good luck with them.
Round 2. Fight.
Alright, Lindsay's sitting at a meter advantage. However, the more important fact is the fact that Elbueno has no meter. Which means that Lindsay is sort of free to apply pressure right now and not have to be scared of EX for Senha. Which is very important. Because once Elbueno has that option, all of a sudden, you gotta be a little bit more afraid. Elbueno doesn't over-rely on it, but still, you've gotta keep... Okay, there it is! As soon as I say it, Commentator's Curse. Yeah, spending it as soon as you get it like that, I'm not sure that that's advisable. Because now, Lindsay can apply the rushdown for free. There we go. Elbueno builds it right back. But he wants to hold on to it for the threat of it. Ooh! Actually connects with the counter hit elbow. Could have gotten more damage there, actually. If you connect with the counter hit elbow, you can just go into another combo. Oh, and there's the stun for Elbueno. This is going to be enough to kill easily.
Karin wins.
Alright, there's another one on the board for Elbueno. My goodness, 7 up. Alright. Elbueno's taking the last 2 games in a row. Let's see if LindsayLucky can figure out where she's been going wrong. Ooh. So yeah, the openings that LindsayLucky's been exposing to Elbueno have been... Well, I like the attempt to interrupt that medium kick Mujinkaku there, but the crouching medium kick's not going to do it. Sails right under the overhead part of that. And then this is a good opportunity for Elbueno to get that reset. Good reset, goes under and gets the hit. Very convincing round out of Elbueno. That was some swag stuff.
Round 2. Fight.
But yeah, Lindsay needs to stop depending so much on that thunderclap at the exact same range every time, because Elbueno's seeing through it. I love those anti-airs, however. She needs to keep doing that. She's also letting Elbueno wake up buttons a lot and just getting clipped by those random wake up crouching medium punches. You gotta either do tight meaties or nothing at all. Ooh. Good counter hit, standing medium punch. Oh, guess to confirm, but I feel like that's not an optimal combo. Usually with Lord, if it doesn't end in a reset or a knockdown, it wasn't optimal. Ooh, EX for Senha has an anti-air. Gets the counter hit off of the Orochi. Oh, and gets the counter hit off the elbow as well. Goes for just the follow-up behind. And for the first time, Elbueno pulls ahead 8-7 with a 3-game victory. I mean, a 3-game streak. I don't think that Lindsay realizes that she's getting very, very predictable with those thunderclaps at exactly that same range that she likes to use them. Alright, looks like we're hopping back into the lobby really quickly. Let's go ahead and let these guys restart. And it looks like they're going to be on opposite sides now. So let's go ahead and flip the scoreboard. There we go.
Let's do this.
But yeah, I definitely want to see a lot less of that that thunderclap in Senha range and slash Orochi range out of LindsayLucky. And I want to see a lot more jump-ins into command grab. What? Lindsay varying it up, switching it to Bison. M.Bison, ladies and gentlemen. Our very own M.Bison making an appearance here as an ult for Lindsay. And I guess, I mean, it's only fair, maybe, if if Elbueno opened this up with his fraudulent Ken. But let's see what Lindsay has got up her sleeves with this Bison. I don't feel like this is a better matchup. I actually feel like this is a worse matchup for Karin. But I do feel like Lindsay might end up getting a win just off of unfamiliarity here. Ooh, okay, head stomp. Ooh, Lindsay trying to put a low in there. However, the percent hot option goes right over it. Lindsay just clipping Elbueno's feet. Ooh, good air-to-air head stomp. That was interesting. LindsayLucky, both of these players fitting on 2 bars of meter. I feel like this is going to benefit Elbueno a little bit more than it benefits Lindsay. Until Lindsay can activate that V-trigger, at which point EX moves become super powerful. But you know what? Lindsay didn't even get the opportunity to activate V-trigger. Knocks Elbueno into the floating chair of death. Ooh. Blocked Orochi. Ooh, crush counter standing heavy kick. Actually a very useful tool in this matchup. A lot of Bisons will like to overextend when they put themselves minus because of the distance that they put themselves at. And standing heavy kick is a great way to call them out on those situations. Good interruption there from LindsayLucky, not letting Elbueno get away with those Rekkas into Senha. EX head stomp. Ooh, okay. Tries to throw during block stun there. Or possibly hit stun? I'm not paying attention. Ooh, that's all that Lindsay needed was just a jab. I don't know which version of Wujin this was, but I know that jabbing here will work. Alright, apparently Lindsay has a Bison. Alright, tying it up 8-8. However, I feel like it's not going to be long before Elbueno figures out this Bison. Hey, it's honestly very difficult for Karin to deal with Bison's Devil's Reverse Pressure. I mean, in Season 2 now, Karin has option to that jumping medium punch, as we just saw, which gives great Oki on hit. And I feel like Elbueno's going to learn that right away. There we see it again, jumping medium punch as soon as I say it. Very good answer to all of Bison's air shenanigans, at least for right now. It becomes a little bit different once Bison activates V-Trigger, but we haven't even seen Lindsay's V-Trigger Bison yet. Good hit confirm here. This is going to be EX Tenko to follow it up, and then doesn't have the meter for the EX Reset. Doesn't pay attention to his meter to know that. Good interruption there out of LindsayLucky. However, I feel like a better combo was in order. Gets the double medium punch, but still no follow-up. That's the thing about Bison. You need that charge for a lot of his follow-ups. Ooh, crush counter sweep. Sure. Just do it. Standing heavy kick, that is +3. Lindsay does not use that to her advantage. Lindsay with a ton of white health, but just going to let it all come back very, very, very slowly and make Elbueno come to her. Very smart. Oh no, gets hit by the standing heavy punch, and then Elbueno doesn't even go for the kill, goes for the unnecessary reset, and still somehow gets away with it. Oh, okay, lots of medium kicks coming out of LindsayLucky. Oh, excellent jumping medium punch. I love to see that. That is absolutely Karin's best anti-air in Season 2. And if you can get good at air-to-airing with it, then you can punish jump-ins with a meaty. Gets the counter hit, standing medium punch, goes right into a dash up into throw, sitting on full critical art. But again, I feel like this benefits Elbueno more than it benefits Lindsay, especially since we haven't seen very many EX moves at all out of Lindsay. I haven't even seen a V-trigger activation, I don't think. Oh, and there we go. Lindsay finally has V-trigger. Let's see if she activates it. That's absolutely a very fundamental tool in Bison's repertoire. Doesn't need it, though. Just throws, gets the win without spending any meter or V-gauge. Final round. Full sticks of butter all around. Everybody is eating unhealthy tonight. It is Paula Dean's town. Ooh, counter hit confirmation out of LindsayLucky. We got those. And then Elbueno risking it all with the sweep. No blocks or interruptions out of Lindsay. Oh, there we go. That's what I like to see. You follow up that reset with the standing height kick. I love it. Gets that reset so many times. I'm surprised Lindsay is not stunned. One more hit is all it's going to take. I want to see a V-trigger activation come out of Lindsay. Just sweep into V-trigger. I know you can do it. You have it in you. There it is. Sweep into V-trigger. Now we've got chimneys. You have another one in the bag, but Lindsay dies before she can come down the chimney at another time. And just like that, we're down to the entire first to 10 game for Elbueno. The question is Lindsay going to stick with his M.Bison, or is Lindsay going to go back to the waifu? Oh, Lindsay is sticking it out with the M.Bison. Ooh, there we go. Air-to-air stomp. Elbueno not quite locked and loaded with that jumping medium punch. Oh, again, had an opportunity to air-to-air, but didn't get the jumping medium punch out. Meaty throw. Oh, wow, just goes for the medium Wujinkaku. Who needs to hit confirm when you get all of these counter hits all day? There we go, the EX head stomp. Ooh, that is not an anti-air button. Very difficult to anti-air with M.Bison. Okay. Counter hit, crouching light kick out of Lindsay, but doesn't do anything with it. And there's going to be another round to Elbueno. This is the last round of the first attempt for Elbueno. If he can take this round, it is all over, and Elbueno maintains his title as Grudge Match Champion of the world. And by the world, I mean this Discord and this Discord only. Oh, good punish on that sweep, except for the fact that it was not a good punish. Here we go. Good corner pressure coming out of Lindsay. Very difficult to deal with M.Bison when you are cornered. Okay. Air-to-air jumping medium kick. It works. But there we go. Just like that, Elbueno works his way out of the corner. There is the standing heavy kick. Crush counter into V-trigger activation. Drops the combo and then goes for the elbow. Manages to connect behind. Elbueno sitting on full critical art at his disposal. However, it doesn't look like he's going to get a chance to use it. There it is. Another round for LindsayLucky staying in there. We in there. Alright, lots of critical art all around. Lindsay just barely doesn't have full gauge, but we'll build it in a second here. Oh, and there it is. Ooh. Elbueno gets a straight crouching medium punch, doesn't do anything with it, and then gets it again. Optimal 2-bar combo out of Elbueno. I'm not sure what Lindsay tried to wake up with, but it wouldn't have worked against anything. You just need to block his M.Bison. You do not have wake-up options, and this is going to be enough to kill. No, just barely not enough. There we go, the overhead to close it out, and Elbueno takes it 10-8. Very close one, but Elbueno maintains his Grudge Match Champion belt. I wish we could give him an actual belt, because winning 3 Grudge matches back to back to back is quite a feat. Very, very good play out of Lindsay. That was extraordinarily entertaining. I will go ahead and put this VOD up as soon as I can, because I feel like both these players could learn a lot from watching that set. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. This has been yet another Grudge match commentated by yours truly, Mount Lover. I'm going to go ahead and sign off.